Welcome to Junk Journal Snacks. So are you surprised to see another journal here? This is one I made about 2.5 years ago. Obviously it's made from a vintage book. I love the cover a lot. It says Butterfly Dance in German. Oh, and by the way, I have to quickly address my nails. The thing was, I went to get my nails done this morning and my plan was to get a really dark brown, almost black. And 45 minutes later, I came out with these. Do you see the sparkle? I don't know what happened. There's so many choices. And I saw these glittery nails and I thought, you know what? Just go for it. Just get glittery nails. Do something different. So this is me doing something different. I am not sure I like these at all. I might just paint over them. I did get some dark brown nail polish on the way home, just in case I couldn't stand these. So bear with me while we work with these for today. Anyway, getting back on topic. So I made this journal 2020, beginning of 2020. So yeah, definitely over 2.5 years ago. And it's so funny going through this because my style obviously was different 2 years ago. And it's so fun to look through this. Oh, Mr. Sunshine. If you have not seen Mr. Sunshine, it's a Korean series, so you'll need subtitles. I don't know if they have it dubbed in English. Oh my goodness. This is one of my most favorite series ever. You will cry. Just to let you know, it's not a happy story, but it's phenomenal. So anyway, getting back to what I need to show you. So the reason why I have this journal in my hands is because I came across an old video of mine in which I made this house page. This was a prompt list from Mod. And I will link this video below this current video so that you can still access the prompt list for March, which still works and is still fun to do. It doesn't matter that it was created in March 2 years ago. It's still very valid. And the prompt for this was make a whole house out of leftover design papers. So that's what I did. That was kind of my style at the time. I mean, I was definitely moving more into vintage here. A lot of these elements that I added in here were from Happy Mails, and here's children's book pages. But yes, definitely, I love this. Definitely a lot more color here. Oh, I love this one too. Oh, so cute. You know, it's so funny. Everything was a lot simpler than I have the feeling. Anyway, so my idea for today's page was to make an updated version of a house. And by the way, she had a horse in her house. And the story behind her being at home was because this was the beginning of quarantine time. And so she was quarantined and her horse was too. See how sad her horse is looking? It was quarantined too. So thank goodness we're not in quarantine anymore. So I just wanted to make an update of a house in my current journal in the style that I enjoyed today. I just thought that would be a really fun thing to do. The only thing I know that I want to do is I want to use this beautiful Tim Holtz butterfly fabric. And I want to use this paper doll, also by Tim Holtz. So she's going to be the one in the window. As this fabric is too plain for me, I'm going to add some sprays to it. That's why I have my gloves on, but I'm thinking that's a really good coincidence. Maybe I should just keep the gloves on the whole video, then you won't have to look at my nails. So I'm going to start off by spraying some Distressed Oxide spray in fossilized amber. I have shaken this up quite a bit already, and I've also had it laying on its side so that the pigment can spread evenly throughout the spray. And then I'm also going to add this one called Syrup by Dinah Wakely. Again, I've had this on its side and I have mixed it. Oh, it's clogged. So I had some luke water that I ran through this. I think now it should work. Huh, it's making very interesting designs. So it's coming out in a very narrow stream. It's making actually really interesting designs now. Okay, let's use that feature. So I'm going to add some more fossilized amber. And then let's add some more of this syrup. I must say the Dinah Wakely sprays are much more prone to get clogged up. I've never had that happen with a Ranger Tim Holtz spray. Just saying. I wish I had some coffee spray, but I don't have any at the moment. I think I'll just add some water to this. Let's crumple it up a bit to mix it all a bit more. And then I'm also going to take some ice ink dye spray in coffee. And I'll also add some ice ink spray in Gold Mine, because why not? I don't know if we'll see that in the end, if it has a shimmer. So I will let this dry. So it's a few hours later and this has dried. There is a very subtle gold glitter thingy here. You cannot see it on the camera. I can hardly see it. This whole thing turned out a bit darker than I had planned, but it's okay. Let's take our chunky monkey or roly-poly. Either will work for this amazing journal from Nadia. And ha! It opened on the perfect page. This is exactly the page I want to work on today. I have no idea where this is going at the moment. So first let me cut off a piece that will fit on the page. Since I have this wing cut off, I'll cut off this wing approximately at the same place. So this is going to be the width of our house apparently, but we want a different roof. So I'm going to cut this off here. So that's the body of our house. And I was considering taking this for the roof. This is a beautiful paper that I bought at my local art store. Something is not working for me here. I think because this is too dark, something just doesn't feel right. So I'm thinking, let's try something else. Let's not use this. We have this piece which we cut off before, and we have this lady. And I think she's going to get the wings, so she is going to become Madame Butterfly. And then we will think how to continue. So I'm going to cut out these wings. I like that. Just wondering, I'm going to cut them apart. Maybe I can move them a little further apart. Yeah, I think I prefer them like this. Okay, so that's a part that I really like. I'm not sure yet what to do about the house. Let me procrastinate a little longer by first gluing on the wings. Going back to the body of the house. What if I take this paper, which is this very interesting paper that I got at a secondhand store. It's very like waxy feeling. I think I like that a lot better. So let me cut off a piece of this. So this would be the body of the house. She would be in the window. And then we need a roof. Wouldn't be the worst thing, but let's try the green paper here. That would work. Now the question is, do we give it a triangular shape or do we do it like we had it before with a flat top? And I think I prefer the flat top. I'm going to leave this torn edge because I think it's fun for a roof. So there's our roof. Now I'm really loving the colors. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, then we need a window. So let's glue these two parts down onto a book page. I'm just going to use a tape runner in the middle because I'm going to sew around the edges. Obviously, if you don't sew, then... Oh my goodness. I ruined my house. Oh, wow. How does it look? It's okay. It's a house with cracks. That's fine. So what I wanted to say is, obviously, if you're not going to sew, then please glue your house all the way to the edges. I hope you're not going to tear this one. Let's be very careful. Then I will cut around this shape. Before I sew around it, I want to cut out the window. I'm going to use this die here, which has like a wonky edge. Whoops. And it's going to go right here in the middle because I figure we're not going to need a door since she can fly. Madame Butterfly does not need a door. She can just fly out the window. So I'll take this to my die cutting machine. If you don't have a die cut machine, obviously you can just cut this out either with scissors or with a craft knife. So I am back. We have our window cut out. This will be great for some other project. The cool thing is now we actually got rid of the crack in our house. So she's going to go in like that. She can very easily just fly out. Then I want to distress the edges. I'm going to use walnut stain. And I hope we will see that on this oily paper. Yeah, a little bit. Would have been really smart to do the roof before I glued it down, but thankfully I can still lift up the edges. So I've stitched around all the elements. I used black thread. Oh, and I just see that I forgot the second row of stitching on this side. But I'm just going to leave it. It's actually nice that, you know, it's not the same everywhere. I want this to be like wonky. And then we need a background for the window. And I think this wallpaper is actually not wallpaper. This paper is like a handmade paper, which I got at the same art store where I got this one. For anyone in German-speaking countries, Bösner has really beautiful papers. I'm guessing they also have them online. So I want to put this behind here, and I wanted something light because I think she will come out better behind a light background. And I think it's a really cute idea to not just glue her in there, but to actually give her the ability to fly away. And I thought the best way to do that would be to add a magnet. So we can put one on her back and we can put one underneath this white paper before we glue it onto the page. So first I need to cut down this paper. So I can glue that on. I'll just put glue around the window frame. Oh, no, 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 no. What am I doing? What am I doing? We want her to be able to fly out. So that means I can't glue the bottom. Were you already screaming at me? I bet you were. I quickly dried this with my heat gun, and just to be sure, I'm going to rub some wax over this. Just some regular candle wax to make sure that she will be able to slide in and out easily. Okay, that's really nice. Again, we put the glue just on the sides. I just want to add some fresh glue. Let's do this again. Okay, so she can fly out. Now we just need to add the magnets. So she gets one right here on her back. Let's add some glue. And I'm going to cut a little piece of fabric so that we can cover that magnet so that it doesn't look so bare. Okay, then let's see, where do we want to place her? Let's say like this. And then we turn it around and we see where the magnet goes here. So now I can just trace that so that I know where I need to put the glue. It still looks a bit plain, but I'm loving the way it looks so far. So in the background here, I want to add some stenciling with these flowers. These are Tim Holtz, obviously, and the number is THS035. I will do my best to link these for you. And I'm going to use Distress Ink Forest Moss with my flat blending brush. So we want some here on this side. And some on this side. Yeah, that already looks better, but I think we can do more. I can also add some flowers here in front, growing along the house. I have this beautiful paper, which is also from that same art store, Buzna, just gorgeous. And I'm going to use these Sizzix Thinlits with the number 661808. Again, I will link these for you. So I'll cut a few of these out from this paper and then I'll be back. So here we go. I was afraid the paper might be too thin and that it wouldn't come out of the dies, but actually this works pretty well, although they are super thin. So let's add them to our house. I would love to have them growing more into the window, but I'm afraid if I do that, since they're so thin, if I take her out and put her back in, that I will damage them, something like that. And I'm going to adhere these with my beloved matte gel by Liquitex. Usually I would go over these with the matte gel as well, but I actually really like the texture of this paper, so I'm not going to do that. Then I'm going to snip off the ends. Then I want to do something I haven't done in a long time, which is taking my Wild Honey Distress Stain Dauber and making a sun by splattering the dauber here. So what we need to do is put something hard underneath, like this writing board. I'm going to take this tag away. Oh, this is already quite flat. Well, we'll see if it works. Then I'll spray some water on the top here just to help it a little bit, to splatter better. And then we're just going to bang this into the corner and hopefully that will splatter nicely. Okay, that did not give the desired effect, and I think it's because this dauber is already so flat. So instead, we'll do something else. So instead, I'm going to take some watercolor in a very similar color. I want to make sure it's liquid. And then I'm going to take a straw and blow that outwards. So we need a little bit more because I want them going this way as well, the rays. Add a little bit more water. It's a bit lopsided, but I'm totally okay with that. Once that is dry, we can adhere our house. And I made sure not to put glue here on the bottom, otherwise Madame Butterfly is going to get stuck. And she won't be able to fly anymore. I have this last plant die cut left over, and I want to add that here to the bottom like this, and I think the leaves I can add down here. And this time I cannot use the matte gel. Why can't I do that? Because this is ink and it would smear. Instead, I just put glue on the back and we'll just glue it on like this. So I don't know if you noticed this before I noticed it, but I just realized while I was waiting for this to dry that actually this is me. This is me in my new apartment. The house I live in actually has a flat roof, and I am surrounded by green. Maybe you've seen my vlogs. When I look out the window, I see a beautiful green garden. And I have grown wings because I now have my own craft room and I feel like I've been reborn creatively. Okay, maybe that's a bit exaggerated, but you get the symbolism. And this was totally unconscious, but I guess that's what art is about. You probably instinctively make it about yourself because obviously it's coming from your soul. So now Madame Butterfly, or should I say Madame Dragonfly, can just spread her wings and fly away. Where is she flying to? I don't know. I love that she can just be anchored here, but she can still fly away anytime she wants. And I just remembered one more thing I have to add. I hope this will work because the backside is very uneven. Fingers crossed, but this is essential. Maybe down here. It's a little dragonfly. We just do one. The old and the new. 2.5 years difference in between. My style has changed, I would say. Which one do you like better? I mean, the one on the left, the newer one, doesn't have a horse. So that's definitely a minus point right there. Let me know which one you prefer. And I hope you give this a try because how fun to take a page from an old journal and do the same thing but in your current style. I would love if you try that as well. If you share it on Instagram, please tag me. Or if you want to be featured in one of my newsletters with one of these projects, shoot me an email at 49dragonflies@gmail.com. I would love to see what you do. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.